All right, as we talked about in the last segment, all political eyes on the country are focused on Pennsylvania, where 3 Republican candidates for the Senate are neck and neck, with the primary being held this coming Tuesday. We've been speaking with the Senate candidates over the past week, and today we're joined by Dr. Mehmet Oz. Dr. Oz, good to see you again. Let me jump into this. Kathy Barnett is surging. She is answering some of the questions that have come up about her bio. There are other questions about some of the things that that she said in the past or tweeted in the past. What is the one thing that you think has not been addressed or needs to be addressed more that she has put out or not answered?
Look, just every time Kathy answers a question, it leads to more questions. I mean, the entire history is crumbling down. Denial about tweets that she seems to have sent, arguments about her belief that we should have a statue to Barack Obama next to Abraham Lincoln, criticism of George Washington, the founding father. And again, every time questions get asked, we get misdirected in different directions. Even in her military records, which I know folks who are experts in the area have been trying to obtain to figure out what went down there. But what President Trump said, both in a statement but also at a teletown hall, says it best. You know, there are many things that just cannot be explained or vetted. We know very little about her past. She's not being transparent. And most importantly, she cannot win in November. I'm the America First candidate that he endorsed. I'm the best to beat John Fetterman, who's basically a tall Bernie Sanders. I'm pro-life, pro-Second Amendment, pro-energy. And I know for sure that I'll do what President Trump promised I'll do, which is to be smart, tough, and never let you down. Because I understand the issues. I make sure you can't wilt me with withering press attacks. And when you go to bed at night, you can rest assured that I'll do what's right for you.
So, Dr. Oz, let's get a little bit of clarity then surrounding some concerns that folks have about your ties to Turkey. They're including charges that you're refusing to renounce your Turkish citizenship. What some don't understand is why you didn't vote in the New Jersey primary the same year that you voted in a Turkish election. How do you respond to that?
The only reason I have a dual citizenship is of my heritage. My parents were recruited here. My dad's a doctor. We didn't have enough physicians in America. And when your parents are Turks, you get to be a Turk. My mother lives in Turkey. She's got Alzheimer's, which, of course, makes it very difficult to move her around. And in order to protect her due to legal issues and the like, I've maintained the Turkish citizenship. But this is a distraction. I've already pledged to give up my Turkish citizenship if I'm elected to the United States Senate. So I'm only going to be a U.S. citizen. But there wasn't a problem if I didn't. We've had U.S. senators serve with a citizenship from another country, both in this and in the House as well. And there are other countries that have obligatory service the way Turkey does. So these issues are not relevant. And the voters in Pennsylvania don't care either. They care much more about what I'm going to do to address their concerns, which, of course, it range from inflation, which is driven by energy, which in Pennsylvania we have a ton of and aren't being allowed to harvest because of Biden's failed narratives on the Green New Deal. But we also got huge opportunities with our schools, with making sure we don't have government overreach. Those are the factors they're judging me on. And that's why I'm leading in the polls, because I've been answering those questions very effectively.
Dr. Oz, obviously, with the Supreme Court leaked draft coming out, abortion has taken on a bigger role nationally. Kathy Barnett, that's one of the issues that she has sort of been championing. You talked about being pro-life. I want to play this clip about something that you've said in the past about that.
This whole thing about heart beating. Mm-hmm. I mean, there are electrical changes at 6 weeks, but the heart's not beating. Mm. If you were to say, starting from when we can hear the heart, like when the heart's really doing something, that would be different. Mm. That's not 6 weeks, though.
Right.
So if you can define life by a beating heart, then make it a beating heart, not little electrical changes in a cell that no one would think about as a heart. If someone deep in their heart feels that the moment of conception is a human life and they just can't deal with that life being harmed, they got to be heard. They can't get ignored. But that doesn't mean that's what the rule of the land is.
All right, I get you're a doctor. You're answering that from a medical standpoint. But for most pro-life people, they believe that life begins at conception. So can you explain to me where you come down on the issue of life?
I've always been pro-life. My mother-in-law, who was, by the way, the hardest endorsement to get wasn't President Trump. It was my mother-in-law 37 years ago. She's an ordained minister. She wrote a lot of the pro-life literature in our part of Pennsylvania. We believe life starts at conception. Much of the debate that happened there wasn't about even the heartbeat law, which, by the way, as a heart doctor, I have to at least follow specifically what we know happens inside the child's body. But I also said, why would you have a heartbeat law? It's still murder. The child's life starts at conception. But these are the issues that are purposely put out there to distract voters. There have been $35 million of negative ads run against me, and I'm still in the lead, Sean. After $35 million of ads, primarily run out of Wall Street, these are not Pennsylvanians putting up attack ads on me. And that's why they haven't had the desired effect. People know I'm pro-life. I've operated on small children's hearts. I appreciate how sacred they are. I would never want a child's heart or their body to be harmed at birth or 9 months earlier.
Well, there you have it, folks. Thank you, Dr. Oz, for being with us. We wish you the best as primary day rapidly approaches.
Hey, Dr. Oz, before you go, one quick question. I've asked the other candidates this. Will you pledge that if you win Tuesday night, you'll be back here on Spicer and Company Wednesday?
No, on the 9 o'clock show. 9 o'clock, Prime News.
Sean, I will join you as soon as those final ballots come in and we know we've won. I'll be here with you.
I'll take that. Deal. Thank you. Stay safe.
Thank you, Dr. Oz.